The first thing I'm going to say is that prices are dropping down because of inflation.
You have to dream the impossible and do the unthinkable to enjoy the incredible.
Please put your hands together and welcome Mario Singh.
It's my life, it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I just wanna live when I'm alive. It's my life. My heart is like an open highway. Like Franklin said, I did it my way. I just wanna live when I'm alive. It's my life.
Thank you for that thunderous welcome. If everyone can hear me loud and clear, just type a quick yes into the chat box and we will be straight into the webinar. Thank you so much for spending your Wednesday with me. My team is telling me that we have friends dialing in from all over the world. And I put out a message on LinkedIn today that if you're dialing in from New York, that's going to be like 8 a.m. your time. If it's London, that's 1 p.m. Dubai, that's 4 p.m. And of course, if you are somewhere in Southeast Asia, we should be somewhere around in the evening. All right, so I'm really excited. Thank you again. I think we have people from over 20 countries here. So that is amazing. As Janelle has mentioned, we have translations going on in basically 3 languages. All right. So if you are dialing in, we have translations in Thai, in Vietnamese, and in Bahasa Indonesia. So for the benefit of my friends and clients, specifically from these 3 countries, all right, I'll be speaking slightly slower because the translators behind the scenes, they are doing live translation. So I know it's not an easy job, all right, but I'll do my best to slow down, okay, so that everybody benefits from this webinar. As Janelle mentioned, this is the second installment of my special edition series. If you were with me last week, all right, I essentially covered what you must do to create wealth. So today is the continuation. Last week was what you must do. Today, I'm going to equip you with exactly how you're going to do it. All right, so it's very exciting. Please make sure you stay to the end. Now, for the benefit of a recap, last week, right? Basically what I mentioned, the 3 ways in which you can create wealth during COVID-19. Number 1 was protecting. So protecting yourself in 2 ways. Physical protection because of COVID-19. Ensure that you adhere to the directives that your country and your government has set out. And obviously protecting your mind. Utilize this time that you have to learn and gain new knowledge and upskill yourself. I shared with you guys 2 interesting sites from Harvard University and a site called edx.org, which is essentially a combination of all the top universities in the world that you can sign up for some of their programs for free, literally for free. So number 1 was protecting. Number 2 was pivoting. All right, pivoting. For those of you that remember, you can type into the chat box. Let's make it a bit more lively and interactive. So pivoting basically means not doing different things, but doing things differently. If you are a business owner or an entrepreneur and you've always been selling in one way, well, this is the time for you to pivot your business to see how you are able to gain clients in a different way. And of course, the best application of that pivoting is taking your entire business online. And the third point that I mentioned was essentially profiting. So I shared with all of you some specific secrets on how you can profit when the markets are crashing all over the world. This is the time for you and me to be taking massive action, because a crash basically comes once every 10 to 12 years. Okay, so that was essentially the summary that I shared with you last week. And if you recall, I think I had a little bit of my light blew out. I'm not sure how many of you remember that my light went out halfway. So halfway I couldn't. I mean, people were laughing. I know. So let's see how we're gonna entertain ourselves today. Okay, I've got 2 lights just to ensure that the same thing doesn't happen. Okay, so if you can see my slides, just type a quick yes in the chat box, and I will be on my way. Okay. So here's the topic: 2 immediate income streams that you can generate immediately while you're staying at home. Now, how exciting is that? Let's jump straight into it. If you recall, this was the slide that I ended last week's webinar. Okay, so this essentially shows you what is the current environment that we are in. And to give you an idea on how I think about the markets, it is important that we know what is happening in the US. The US is still the largest economy in the world. China is still number 2, US at number 1. So it pays us to understand what is the current economy in the US right now. So this slide that I showed you, friends, was that basically in the last 8 weeks, say in the last 2 months, all right, the number of unemployed people in the US is about 36 million. In fact, today it is closer to 40 million. Now that is the most updated number. Is this good? Is this bad? I need you to understand that it is bad. Okay? In fact, in terms of the unemployment rate in the US, it is as high as 15%. In fact, last month is about 14.7. Now you may think, Mario, is that good? Is that bad? How do I know how bad it is? Let me give you this bit of information, friends. This is the worst data since the Great Depression of 1933. Not since 2008 of the global financial crisis, okay? It takes us all the way back 77 years during the height of the Great Depression. That is how bad it is now in the US. And I said it's important for you and I to understand what happens in the US because they are still the largest economy in the world. There's a reason why people say when the US sneezes, the world catches a cold by virtue of its size. So this is where I left off last week. Now, let me go through very quickly. I'm going to share with you the current environment. So the things I'm going to show you in the next 4 or 5 slides are things that are happening in the last 4 or 5 days. Okay? I'm not showing you something that's happening, 3 or 4 months ago. I'm showing you something that has been happening for the last 4 or 5 days only. So this is the first one. I'm sure you would have seen this in the news. Hertz, which is probably the oldest car rental company, they are filing for bankruptcy. Now, they have about 16,000 employees and all of them will be gone, right? That's how bad the situation is. This just came out about 3 days ago. Here's another article that I took from Bloomberg where the Credit Suisse CEO, all right, big investment bank, it says that they will need fewer employees after the crisis. Now, why are they saying that? Well, two reasons. Number one, they are obviously automating some of their processes, but more importantly, number two, some of the banks are suffering because many businesses and many people are not paying their loans on time and they are defaulting. So this becomes written off as a bad debt within the banks. And because of that, there is an effect. If the bank doesn't do too well, they would have to fire or they have to fire people. So that's the reason why a Credit Suisse CEO would say that they would need fewer employees after the crisis. What am I trying to get at? The current sentiment now, and this is from the New York Times that I took basically 5 days ago. And I think this is what is framing up, okay? It basically says the coronavirus crisis, many jobs may vanish forever as layoffs mount. So we are in unprecedented times. I'm sure some of you may know people who have either been laid off or their salaries have taken a hit, you know, and my heart goes out to that because this is the current situation in the market. But the purpose of me sharing all these news with you, and that's the reality of life right now, the purpose is in this sentence. When writing the story of your life, never let anyone else hold the pen. When writing the story of your life, you need to be the person that holds the pen. You decide how your last chapter is going to be written, not anyone else. So if that's you, I want you to type a big yes inside the chat box and say, Mario, yes, I am going to take control of my destiny. Now, thank you for all the yeses that's coming in. Your next question to me, Mario, I hear you. What basically then are my immediate income streams that you are talking about? Well, I'm glad you asked, and I'm going to be showing it to you step by step. For starters, I think it pays us to understand a little bit about what Robert Kiyosaki says. Now, who is Robert Kiyosaki? Some of you may have heard of him. So Robert Kiyosaki wrote this monumental book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And this book went on to sell millions of copies all around the world, translated in so many different languages. And today, Robert is credited as the biggest best-selling author in personal finance of all time. Of all time. And if you are familiar with some of Robert's books, right? He basically frames up our wealth in this picture that you are seeing on your screen right now. All right? So he calls this the cash flow quadrant. And he says basically people fall into any one of these four categories: the employee, the self-employed, the business owner, and the investor. So employees are people who have a job. The self-employed are people like insurance agents or property agents. Okay, the more you do, the more you earn. And business owners are people that own a business, that you have employees working within the business. And investors are those that invest in the financial markets. Okay? Now, here's the key thing. Pay attention. Robert says, in the shortest possible time, you need to move yourself from the E and the S quadrant to the B and the I quadrant if you want to achieve financial freedom. Okay? So if that is your goal coming into this webinar, if you say, yes, Mario, I understand, I do want to achieve financial freedom, I want to move towards my financial destiny, then let's take the advice from Robert Kiyosaki, who says we've got to move ourselves from the left-hand side, the E and the S quadrant, to the right-hand side, which is the B and the I quadrant. Okay? Why? Why? Well, because if you draw a graph of money versus time, like what you're seeing now, The people in the B quadrant and the I quadrant, they make money differently. They make money differently. Over time, if your investments are doing well, if your business is doing well, you make so much more money without wasting too much time. On the left-hand side, you are still trading time for money. And when you do that, the money you earn is limited because your time is limited. I had the absolute privilege 5 years ago by being selected. So Robert Kiyosaki selected me to tour with him in a few countries all over Southeast Asia, all right, to speak about financial freedom. We spoke to sellout crowds everywhere. Here's an example of me speaking in the Philippines. All right, it was a full house. This was me speaking in Vietnam. I'm not sure how many of you were actually in that seminar about 5 years ago. It was a sellout crowd in Vietnam. I spoke to over 3,000 people while I was on stage. Now, the purpose for me telling you about this, listen very carefully. I'm going to ask you a question now. Robert Kiyosaki says, in the shortest possible time, you have to move yourself from the left-hand side to the right-hand side, which means he says to get yourself into either the B quadrant or the I quadrant. I'm going to ask everyone a question now, right? So get ready to type your answer. Simple question. Would you prefer to be inside the B quadrant or the I quadrant? Which one? Would you prefer to be in the B quadrant or the I quadrant? You know, so many different answers coming up, right? Now, I want to check. Here's the key question, okay, friends, that I want to ask you. See, many people say I. Some people say both. Good. We are getting somewhere, okay? Some say B, some say I, some say both. And here's the key thing. We don't really have to choose. We don't have to choose. Why not both? For those of you that answered both, right, give yourselves a pat on the back. I'm going to be showing you today an unprecedented opportunity that once you step into it, you are creating an income stream immediately from the B quadrant as a business owner and the I quadrant immediately as an investor. Those of you who are interested, type yes immediately inside the chat box. Now, I am going to be sharing with you firstly, all right, inside the I quadrant, okay? Inside the I quadrant. So let's focus. What is the income stream that we will be creating inside the I quadrant? So immediate income stream number one. This is a system called CopyPip that me and my team have built just for you. Okay, let me share with you basically what is a CopyPip system. Essentially, you would be putting yourself in a position to copy the expert traders and the expert investors inside this system. Now think about it, right? Gone are the days where many people want to spend their time learning how to trade well. Today, if I were to give you a choice, would you rather invest time and money into learning in a course, or would you rather immediately follow an expert who has the results that you want? And I'm sure many of you would agree that the answer would be to copy, right? So why copy? Why copy? Well, I think it is self-explanatory. Copying is the fastest way to success. Think back when we were in school many years ago, all right? Didn't you feel that sometimes if you didn't know how to do your maths paper or your science paper, and you were always trying to look for the smartest kid in the class to copy him or her, right? To copy him or her. Because you know for a fact that, man, if I were to copy him or her, okay, I think I would be able to do not bad. So copying in that time, all right, take the same passion of copying into your adult life because it can pay you over and over and over again. Let me show you the back end of this system that me and my team have built just for you. So the only thing you need to do essentially is to choose an expert. You can choose an expert on basically 5 criteria. 5 criteria. Let me share with you what they are. So some of you may choose an expert based on how long him or her has been trading. You want to see their track record. Maybe some of you may think, oh, I need to know how many followers they have. That may give you more confidence if you feel, I need to know how many followers they have. Some of you may be more interested, what is the maximum risk, the maximum drawdown that this expert can suffer, okay? And obviously, many people are interested in terms of how much ROI, which is the return on investment that they can get, okay? And the last one, some of you may be interested, what strategy does this expert employ? Now, I'm going to pull back the curtains. For those of you who have never seen this revolutionary system, I'm going to let you have a peek into the revolutionary system called CopyPip. So if you look at CopyPip now, these are the top performers inside the CopyPip system. So you see people called King 1, B4, or A, and A8s and all that, right? Now, so you're able to choose based on how long they have been trading, right? Their history. You can choose in terms of their returns, okay? Their average monthly returns. And you are also able to see the maximum drawdown, their risk that they take when you were to invest that money, all right? You can check. All of this is transparent. So now the control is in your hands, friends. We will let the experts fight it out amongst themselves. And all we have to do is to always follow the best expert who would generate the returns that we want under our conditions. All right? The control is with you now. So if you pay attention to that figure inside that red box over there, so some of them may have returns of 300% in that 2 years, 700%, and one of them as crazy as 2,000%, which is 20 times. But let's assume, let me share with you something first. Those that have crazy returns might be taking crazy risk. So if you look at the third guy, for him to generate that kind of a return, he would have taken a risk of 70%, which means if you had started with $1,000, there's a high chance your $1,000 could have dropped to only $300. Okay? So it's got to fit into your rules of what you want. But if I'm going to do an average summary, so let's just say between that 300%, 700%, or 2,000% in 2 years. If we take an average of these experts, and if they are able to generate for us 500% in 2 years, all right, which is a growth of 5 times, what would that mean for you hands-free, sitting in your home? So let's just say if you were to put $10,000 as an example into this account, into this copy trading account, hands-free, you select the expert, all right? In 2 years, you would see that amount grow from $10,000 to $50,000. This is the impact, all right, and the beauty of copy trading, that you and I don't have to worry about looking at the market. What do you think of that system if you are able to select, all right, an expert who would be able to do that for you, an expert trading the market? How many of you would be interested in that? Type a yes in the chat box. Some of you can type, show me the money. I'm so excited about this system because the control today is now given back to you, okay? You are not putting money with the expert. The money is still in your account. You decide when to select the expert. You decide that you can drop off the expert at any time. The control is back to you, the client, all right? We are only tapping on their expertise inside this system called CopyPip. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you the second immediate income stream number 2. So I've solved the I quadrant in terms of copy trading. Now let's focus on the B quadrant. How are we able to build a business still in the current pandemic? I'm going to blow your mind in my next 10 slides, so please pay attention. Please pay attention. Before I start, let me share with you, friends, a true story. This story begins in 1848. Now, in 1848, so this is some 160 years ago, okay? This was called the California Gold Rush. In 1848, there was a man called James Marshall who discovered gold inside a mill, all right? He discovered gold. He was so excited, and obviously he told everyone when he found out gold that within the first 1 year, as many as 300,000 people flocked themselves to California to try and dig and look for the gold. So this is a picture of James Marshall. I was so interested in this story that I went to dig further into it. And you know what else I found? That the first millionaire of the gold rush was not James Marshall. So that was really interesting, right? That although James Marshall was the guy that discovered gold, he was not the first millionaire. In fact, the first millionaire was this guy. He was called Samuel Brennan. Now, as I read the story further, I found out, do you know why Samuel Brennan became the first millionaire? He became the first millionaire in the California Gold Rush only because he was smart enough to provide everyone over there with the tools, products, and services for them to dig for gold. So he was the guy that provided the shovel, the pickaxe, all right, and the baskets for them to go look for gold. He was the person that provided the tools, the products, and the services for everyone to go and look for gold. Now, let me ask you this question. So that era has gone. That was in 1848. Question for everybody. What do you think is the gold rush of the 21st century? What do you think is the gold rush of the 21st century right now? Some of you may be even asking, Mario, is there really such a thing as a gold rush? Well, let me share with you, okay? Pay attention. This is gold stuff, okay? I'm going to give you some clues. Some of you may tell me, Mario, it's Forex and all that. Listen very carefully, okay, now that I've got your attention. I went to Google and I typed in this word called Forex, okay? And if you look at your screen, it shows 193 million results, right? That people are looking for this word called Forex. That's not bad, 193 million. I then typed in this word called Ferrari, nice, sexy car. And how many results are there? There's 530 million results for Ferrari, okay? So these are things that people are looking at now. Beats me why people are looking at Ferrari when we are in a situation of COVID-19. Is there something that is even more powerful than these two combined? Friends, if you haven't figured it out yet, here's the two words, okay? I want you to burn these two words into your memory right now, okay? I want you to shout it out and say online trading. Now, let me share with you why this is such a buzzword in the world today. Firstly, when I went to Google and I typed these two words called online trading, I was blown away when I saw that it generated 2.98 billion results. Now, how big is that? Well, that is more than 4 times the words Forex and Ferrari combined. So what is it telling you? What is it telling you? It's telling you that so many people today are looking for online trading. Don't believe me? All right. Okay, I'll let that guy sink it in first in terms of his reaction. That could be some of your reactions. Look at this article by Finance Magnates. How the coronavirus will change online financial services. This is a recent article barely 2 months ago. Look at the words in the subtext. The appeal of online trading is surging. Friends, listen to me very carefully, okay? The opportunity for you and I is this. In the current COVID-19 pandemic, the markets have huge volatility. They are moving up and down, which is attracting so many people to come into the markets to look for gold. And point number two, again, because of COVID-19, people have to stay at home, right? Because of all the lockdown measures that the governments are telling us. You combine two things. You combine market volatility. You combine the fact that you and I and millions of people have to stay at home. This is the reason why everyone is going online. And that's the reason why you have 2.98 billion searches for these two words, online trading. Now, if you are following me so far, all right, your next question, Mario, I get it. Okay, how do I make money? Now that you understand this opportunity, that if people are literally going to look for gold in online trading, the key question is, how do you put yourself in front of them? In front of them to provide them with the tools, the products, and the services to make real money in the financial markets. This is the question we need to ask. And I want to show you something, okay, friends? This is very exciting, so please pay attention. Now, in Fullerton Markets, all right, which is a brokerage that I founded, here is some data that I want to share exclusively with those of you who are on the webinar now. Over the last few years, I've come to realize that people trade differently. Many people will trade small volume, many people will trade big volumes. Here's the summary of over the last 5 years that I have on the brokerage. 10% of people will trade about 0 to 15 lots in a month. Another 10% of the people will trade more than 20 lots in a month. But the bulk, all right, the majority of people will trade between 15 to 20 lots in a month. The word lot is just a unit of measurement. Don't worry too much about that first. But here's what I want you to think about. Listen, in one whole month, there's 30 days. You minus the weekends of Saturday, Sunday, you probably have about 20 or 22 trading days, right? So 80% of the people are trading either one lot or less than one lot a day. Now, this is before COVID-19, but let's use the conservative numbers that we have, all right? Although many people are trading more now, let's use just the current numbers that we see on the screen. So even between 15 to 20 lots, let's just use the number 15. Let's assume people are trading only 15 lots in a month, which is basically less than one lot a day. Here's the first example of how you make money when you place yourself in front of all these people, okay? In the brokerage firm, I work with a lot of partners, and I basically give the partners a certain rebate or a commission per lot when you work with me. Let me show you 3 examples. In the first example, you start off with a rebate of $3 per lot. When your friends or your clients who are trading and you put yourself in front of them, which I'll show you how in a while. And if you just refer 10 people to come on board and they are already searching for this opportunity, mind you, okay? The amount of income or commission that you can earn, $3 multiplied by 10 traders, multiplied by 15 lots in a month, you're making about 450 US. Now that's not too bad, every single month, because your friends are constantly trading. This is what they're doing right now. In example 2, let's just say you're moving up the tier, all right? You're making money, all right? You're bringing in more friends, your rebate goes up. It's based on tiers. So now let's just say your rebate has doubled to $6 per lot. And let's just say your team, all right, or the people that you have referred to Fullerton Markets has increased to say 40 traders. What is the kind of income that you could be earning? All right, you could be earning about $3,600 additional every single month. What happens, our friends, when you reach the top tier? I've got some VIP partners that I work with, and they are earning as much as $10 per lot. Okay? Now, what if the number of people, whether is it their friends or not even their friends, if we have a system that I can help you to automate, to drive people to you, to this opportunity, if you were to earn a rebate of $10 per lot, with 120 traders, only 120 all around the world, you could be earning some serious money of $18,000 a month by building this as an online business. Friends, I really want you to consider and see the huge opportunity that is in front of you right now. There is only one last question that's on your mind, okay? And the question is this: Mario, how do I refer friends and clients effortlessly? Mario, I know nothing about online trading. I understand the opportunity, but how can you help me to automate? How do I do it effortlessly? Well, I'm glad you asked, and I'm going to show you how. Friends, it's not a bit of roses, okay? The reality to succeed, if you want to build this as a serious business, I've got partners earning over 6 figures in a month by doing this quietly in the comfort of their own home. But the reality to succeed, you need a few things. Number one, you need top-class service, all right, to the people and the friends that you are bringing on board. You need world-class content, because you are thinking bigger, right? You're not just thinking about referring your friends, you're thinking about referring people from even other countries, because this is a global business. This is a global opportunity. You would need a world-class product. And to top it all off, you obviously need something called scalable marketing. Now, isn't that true? Because what is to separate you from the other few million people who are also jumping on board this opportunity? In fact, here is a quote by Davis Jones. And Davis Jones is the person who runs the #1 growth hacking course on Udemy. And Davis Jones says, right, SEO, which stands for search engine optimization, email marketing, social media, copywriting, online advertisements, all of these are the necessary skills to acquire to thrive in the digital marketing world. And you would have to agree with that. You need all these skills. You need all of it, right? And not many of us have such skills to profit from the market. Here's the question I'm going to ask you, assuming it's only a question now, all right? What if I can show you how you're able to create your own passive income stream to start your online business immediately without you having to worry about service, without you having to worry about content, without you having to worry about product, and I solve the biggest problem of scalable marketing? Now, how many of you would say yes to this opportunity if I can show you right now in the next 5 minutes, all right, how you can create this passive income stream online? If you are interested, give me a big yes in the chat box. I'm not done. What if I can show you this entire system? And for those of you that say yes, if I'm going to give it to you absolutely free. How many of you would be interested? Type, show me the system now. I'm going to show you how you don't need content. You don't need any of those things, because I will take care of all of these things for you to help you scale off, all right, to help you blast off and build your online business immediately, all right? Pay attention, friends. I'm going to introduce to you a revolutionary product that me and my team have built called PipBox, all right? In fact, we have scaled it up to PipBox 2.0. The tagline for PipBox is this: the world's easiest business system to copy, paste, and earn. Now, let me show you what I mean, okay? As I pull back the curtains, friends, now, this is a system that me and my team took over 2 years to build. Imagine a system that once you go into this PipBox system, you would have things like articles, images, campaigns, events, and videos that you can copy and paste effortlessly into your social media profiles. Let me show you some examples, okay? So let's just say you were to click articles. Some people like to read. You can just copy these articles, put it on your social media. Some people are more visual. They want to see images. You can take any of these images and put it online. Sometimes we run campaigns like copy pip or some bonuses. Every now and then we have certain campaigns. Our partners can copy and paste all these campaigns onto your social media profile for free. In fact, let me show you a little secret, okay? If you look at events, those of you who are logging in now, you are probably a product of what we did with CopyPip. I'm sorry, with Pitbox. So if you click events, if you see this webinar, the third picture, which is the exact webinar that you're logging in right now, and if you see the top there, and if you click the drop-down menu, you can see that you can refer in different languages. So we have customized Pitbox in 6 different languages that you can choose to refer people in Bahasa Indonesia, in Vietnamese, in Thai, in Chinese. Here's an example of how the entire Thai community, which is why we have so many people from Thailand, effortlessly who are joining this webinar. I'm literally showing you the secrets, all right, of world-class marketing right now. So this particular webinar, everything was done in Thai. You can just click any of those social media profiles there. It links to your Facebook, copy, paste, and earn. When people come on board and they start going into the CopyPip system, that is how you earn effortlessly, friends. We have spent 2 years building this, and today I'm really, really excited, all right, to launch it with you guys. Now, if you look at the last one called videos, and I will show you an exact example of how this is done. So under videos, we have tons of videos. Some of them are my business videos. We have other business videos. So to give you an example, if you look at the one there, the latest one, okay, how far are your values taking you? If you were to click that image, it immediately comes to this page, okay? And it shows you 2 things. If you look at the words there, suggested text. If you were to copy that, you just highlight it. And if you were to click the Facebook icon, your Facebook profile will immediately open up and you can paste it on your Facebook profile immediately. This is how effortless it takes for you to scale your online business immediately. Now, friends, I really hope you understand the opportunity in front of you. The opportunity is this. People are looking for online trade in the world. Put yourself at the forefront of this opportunity. You're able to copy and paste all this amazing content to all your social media profiles in 6 different languages anywhere in the world. This, I'm giving it to you absolutely free. So to frame up everything that I spoke to you about, friends, when Robert Kiyosaki says in the shortest possible time, you have to move yourself from the E and the S quadrant into the B and the I quadrant. And that makes perfect sense, right? If you want to achieve financial freedom, how we are immediately able to help you create 2 income streams in the comfort of your own home. That's your answer right there. The Pitbox that I'm giving it to you for free, and the CopyPip system that I'm giving it to you for free as well. Okay, so please take massive action and jump on board these 2 revolutionary systems immediately. After all that I've shared with you, right, here's the most important step. How do I get started? Immediately, okay? If you haven't started your free account, this is a free account. Go and register for this free account. You can either take note of the link there. If not, I've got the QR code right at the bottom. But these are the steps. Number 1, you go to that link, sign up for the free account. It's free. Verify it. You will receive an email from me and my team to say, congratulations, your email has been verified. Number 3, if you want to take part in the CopyPip system, which I highly suggest that you do, because of all the experts who are there making money, you can fund your account and go into CopyPip immediately. You can start with as low as $100. Number 4, if you want to start building your online business, there is a dashboard to click on the Pitbox tool, which I'll show it to you in a while. But these are your 4 steps, okay? Start by going into this QR code immediately. Take a snapshot of it so that once I'm done, you can immediately register your account and start earning from both the B and the I quadrants immediately. This is the dashboard that you will see, friends, once your account has been verified by me and my team. Okay, we'll send you an email. We'll say this is the login ID and this is the password. Once you enter into the system, you will see this exact page. Now pay attention to the two tabs that I've circled in red. You will notice on the top right-hand corner, open the CopyPip account. So that solves your I quadrant immediately. And then if you look at the bottom left, the Pitbox marketing tool, everything that I showed you there, all the magic about articles, images, events, campaigns, and videos, you can access it over there. It's all customized for you in 6 different languages. Friends, at the end of the day, it's just how big your mindset is that you want to change your entire life. Because all the tools, the products, and services, I'm presenting it to you tonight in this special edition webinar, absolutely free. Okay? Now, I've come to the end of the webinar, and since this was a special edition, I know so many, it's hundreds of you who have stuck with me through last week on the 20th and today on the 27th. I want to thank you for your time. And as we embark on this journey together, I want to give you a small gift from me. So today, if you that QR code is the same for you to start off. When you guys want to kick off your CopyPip account, all right, I'm going to be giving you 10% credit bonus. Meaning to say, if you start with $1,000, we will credit $100 into your account for you to be making more money. This is a small gesture from me because I understand what's happening out there. And I really want to see hundreds upon hundreds of testimonies coming out simply because you took the action, you took that one step to change your financial destiny. That one step is the most important step that you will make today. Okay, friends, so I really hope you enjoyed this webinar. To recap, your 2 immediate income streams, as mentioned by Robert Kiyosaki, is to build a business income stream immediately and to build an investor income stream immediately. And in today's session, we've solved both of them. Get on board the CopyPip system, get on board the Pitbox system for free. When you take action and scan that code, all right, and you kick off your journey with us, I'll welcome you. All right, friends, I look forward to join you on this journey together. Let's make some serious money during this period when markets are so volatile. And my gift to you is the 10% credit bonus in your CopyPip account. I really hope you enjoyed tonight's session. Thank you so much. Stay safe. I'll hand the time back over to Janelle. Thanks, guys.
Hello, everyone. So, okay, there you go. Just a little glitch, but I'm sure of you, everything has been beneficial. And as per Mario sharing to you tonight, well, let's give Mario first a big hand by typing a clap on our chat box. Okay, great. Now, as Mario has mentioned to you, there are 2 immediate income streams that you can use and earn while you're staying at home, right? So all you need to do is to scan that QR code and you can start your path to the 2 immediate income streams. And as Mario mentioned earlier, we definitely acknowledge your presence tonight. So we are going to give you this stay home, make profit bonus. This is, by the way, a 10% credit bonus and there's no deposit limit. Okay, so definitely You can use this on your first CopyPip trading account. And remember, guys, when writing the story of your life, you have to make sure that you are holding the pen. Okay? So the first word that you can write today is sign up now by scanning this QR code. Again, I'm going to leave you with this screen, and this is Janelle, your MC, signing off. Thank you and good night.